Yeah, I do think marketing has a PR problem. I think marketing has a big PR problem. It's not only a personal conviction. I profoundly believe that marketing has a PR problem. It's also an objective evidence. There's plenty of objective evidence. When I chose marketing, end of the 80s, starting at L'Oreal, we were desperate to get into marketing. There were so many of my friends at university who were just dreaming of a career in marketing. I know some of the best minds were picking marketing, and that's not the case anymore. No, Silicon Valley, investment banking, you name it, they're attracting some of the best brains today among young talent. And I think there are reasons for that. And now, if I'm totally honest, I think I would probably be doubting more what direction I would take if I was coming out of university now. Because I think our industry hasn't talked about what it does properly or in a manner that is relevant to today's society. I think one of the issues that we're facing as an industry is marketing is still seen to be the function that drives consumption, and a consumption that is unsustainable. Okay, and so you're coming out of university, and many young talents see this as a problem. Now, why should I embrace that? You know, and I think what we're not explaining is that marketing is actually a key driving force for change in our society. You know, and that we've got some of this incredible ability to combine science and art in order to be driving change. And driving change that makes sense for people. Because that's what marketing is all about. We are consumer-centric, we're people-centric. So we are driving change that makes sense for people and that helps them deliver on their aspirations. You know? And so I'm profoundly convinced that in today's society, facing all the challenges that we're facing all these incredibly demanding aspirations from people, marketing is a key function to help us get there. You know? And I think if we're able to explain that, if we're able to demonstrate how some of the leading brands that we're here today have been able to align their brand purpose with wider societal purpose, we would be attracting many more talent to our industry. And I think it is incumbent upon us to have a narrative that is simply more relevant and that is simply more attractive to young talent.
I think marketing has had a PR problem. You know, in the news, you've heard things like, you know, the chief marketing officer is the most fired role in the, or the shortest role in the C-suite, for example, so less than 5 years tenure. But I think that's changing. I think the marketing role and the role of the CMO has become, actually ends up touching almost all C-suite functions. So, you know, at the end of the day, we sell to consumers, and that's the lead role of marketing. And you know, they're responsible for bringing together supply chain, for example, finance, and measuring the effectiveness of what we do. You know, data and technology is playing an increasing role through MarTech, etc. So, actually, the role of the CMO has become a bit like a chief operating officer, and I think that's bringing marketing much more central to the organization and helping marketing get its mojo back because of how many parts of the business it actually touches.
I hear that a lot, you know, that marketing has a PR problem, but the reality is that it changes from company to company, changes from the leadership, you know, and whether the marketing really has a seat at the table in the boardroom and a voice to influence decisions. So I would not generalize that. Marketing is still in the driving seat where it is enabled to. And the key reason is because we are an igniter, an accelerator of growth. And that is what we still have to make sure that this message comes through everywhere, not in some companies.
Marketing needs better marketing. You see, historically, we were at the heart of value creation. And somehow, over the years, we've become the pointy spearhead of short-term sales activation. It is high time that marketing regains its seat on the table, and the best way to do this is by going back to being value creators. value across the supply chain, value in how we grow but sustainably, value in how we use technologies like AI responsibly, creating value across innovation, creating value where we don't communicate to generate carbon but none of it reaches the consumer. We have a huge responsibility, not just to the companies we serve, but the communities we live in and the planet that we are going to leave behind to our children. So I think as long as we unleash our superpower, but do it not as a marketeer, do it as a parent, do it from that mindset, I think we will not only get our seat back on the table, but our children are going to be thankful that we were not just marketeers, I was a good daddy.
Look, I think marketing is an essential function in an organization, and perhaps at times marketers have been guilty of not seeing themselves as real business leaders. And I think therein lies the issue. I think if you just consider that what your purpose in that organization consists of, which is to effectively drive long-lasting performance for those brands or those businesses where you're a part of, then there's no question in my mind that everybody is going to see it as a fantastic central function in that team.
I think there's no better time to be in marketing than now. I've been in the business more than 30 years, and this is truly the most exciting time. And when I think about marketing, it is the part of the business that fundamentally keeps us grounded on where our opportunity is for growth and for impact. I always say in marketing, everything and nothing is changing. The nothing is the fundamental of understanding what people need and solving their problems with branded propositions and even products to deliver against them that will help the company create value and drive growth. That hasn't changed. But what has changed and is really exciting are people's lives have changed. And marketing is the center of the team and organization that help understand how our lives are changing, and again, how we craft our brands and our propositions to create value for a business. So I believe it's the best time ever to be in marketing.